Meet little Albert. He was part of a psychology experiment that shaped his life into something that nobody would have wanted. Using classical conditioning, a basic form of learning that pairs a natural stimulus to evoke a response, John Watson attempted to teach little Albert. Little Albert was a fair child, didn't have any abnormalities, but that is exactly what Watson wanted. Little Albert was most definitely not afraid of cute, furry animals. Watson used cute, furry animals as a neutral stimulus, which initially produces no specific response, but Watson paired it with an unconditioned stimulus, which was symbols that caused little Albert to respond in a natural manner, which would evoke an unconditioned response: being afraid. Using trace conditioning, a type of acquisition, which is pairing the natural stimulus, the animals and the unconditional stimulus, the loud noise, 0.5 seconds apart. With the loud noise, Watson was able to cause little Albert to be afraid of the furry animals without the unconditioned stimulus causing the neutral stimulus to turn into a conditioned stimulus, making a conditioned response, which is the learned response to the previously neutral stimulus, causing permanent damage to little Albert of being afraid of cute, cuddly critters. That's where the story of little Albert ends for most people. But for legal reasons, Watson decided to cover up the rest of little Albert's life. The rest of this tape reveals the secrets that have been hidden for so many years. This answers the age-old question: what happened to little Albert?
Watson consulted with many other psychologists about what he should do about his predicament with little Albert. But little Albert had a difficult time with learning. Watson handed over his problem to B.F. Skinner. Off the record, of course, because Skinner had made advancements in behavioral training with his technique of operant conditioning, based on rewards and punishment. Skinner started his training with trying to shape little Albert's behavior back to its original form. Shaping is reinforcing successive approximations to desired behavior. Using omission training, Skinner had a difficult time making little Albert change. There was a brief period of extinction when suddenly a squirrel scurried across the yard, catching his eye, and spontaneous recovery occurred. So Skinner decided to talk to Albert Bandura to see if little Albert could learn something from Bandura's observational learning experiments. He had a serious case of stimulus generalization. Little Albert wasn't just afraid of animals, but he was scared of everything that resembled fur, cloth, fabric, textiles, tissue, twine, and weave. And don't forget carpet. Bandura was an overall failure because little Albert would never model the behavior displayed to him. So with this last attempt to help little Albert, he decided that it would just be the best idea to live around his disability. When little Albert would take a shower, he was too fearful to use a towel, so he stood in the shower and drip-dried until he could get out. Albert always had a difficult time navigating throughout his house, so he created a cognitive map that allowed him to move throughout his house without having to touch any furry material. Little Albert's dating life was always difficult. The first date little Albert went on, his date had a scarf, which scared him into submission. No! But little Albert wouldn't have to be afraid for much longer.
Got your carpet. No, man.
Now you know the story of little Albert.